Corpse Bride, a 2005 stop-motion animated film directed by Tim Burton, was one of the first few animated films to challenge these ideals and yet become widely popular. The reasoning behind this is quite simple. It was a fresh new take on the possibilities of animation and its storytelling. And although strange, it captured people's attention. If you're all familiar with Tim Burton and his work, you should know strange is just what he aims his work to be. Often, the stories that he chooses to direct are quite gothic and dark. And although the genres were not new, the way he chose to depict them in his work was. Let's begin with visuals. It is safe to say that Corpse Bride is genuinely most known for its whimsical and gothic style. Straying away from how films before it chose to characterize their characters, Corpse Bride embraces Tim Burton's iconic style, decorating the characters with big eyes, dark eye bags, deep cheekbones, and geometric silhouettes are just some of the ways in which these characters embody Burton's style. And while the characters may not at all be what one would expect to see from an animated film during this time, they are unique, bizarre, and captivating to look at. Breaking away from the idea that animated characters, especially their protagonists, should be pleasant to the eye, beautiful, and charming. And instead, they captivate us with their morbid and strange features. Emily, our Corpse Bride, is perhaps our best example of this. One quick glance at her and it is safe to say that she is not the standard of what a love interest should look like. And she is not meant to be. After all, she is dead. Factors like these are what really help develop the morbid concept that Burton explores in this film. And the very same can be said about its set design. Corpse Bride set design and architecture also contribute greatly to its gothic look. Similar to its character design, its settings incorporate many geometric patterns, shapes, colors, strange angles, and visuals. It gives a sense of realism merged with fantasy, all while maintaining its morbid aesthetic. Color, most importantly, plays a huge role in the storytelling of this film. As critic Roger Ebert puts it, in an era when most animated films look relentlessly bright and colorful, Corpse Bride creates two palettes and not the ones we expect. Color in Corpse Bride tells a story of its own. The film takes place in a world with a ghastly lack of color for a large part of the film, setting the scene for the gloomy and restricting world that our protagonist lives in. As the film progresses, we see that our protagonist Victor doesn't seem to fit in at all that well in this world, as he is a rather soft and delicate character with a very loving personality, a huge contrast to the cold and dreary environment that he lives in. As we see through the people around him and his arranged marriage, social standard and the ideals play a huge role in this world. When everyone is so concerned and restricted by the standards that society expects them to uphold, they have little to no freedom of expression and creativity. This all changes for Victor when he accidentally proposes to Emily. And after he is welcomed into the world of the dead, the film suddenly transforms into a world of vivid colors, music, and settings. While everyone there seems to be dead, the setting is very much not, portraying just how carefree and freeing the world of the dead is for those who reside there, with no social rules or statuses for them to follow by. The dead have no reason to worry or even care about such things. A major comparison of these two worlds can be seen towards the climax of the film, when two different weddings take place, one with Victor and Emily in the world of the dead, and the other with Victoria and Barkis in the world of the living. While Victor and Emily's wedding preparations are full of music and colors and enthusiasm from those around them, Victoria's wedding lacks everything that Victor's wedding has. It is here where the comparison of both worlds is the most obvious. While the world of the living has little to no regard for love and is mainly concerned about tradition, the world of the dead is simply excited to celebrate the union of two people. It is these two worlds that set the main conflict for our protagonist as he struggles to come to the decision of who he is to marry and where he should reside. All in all, Corpse Bride is a unique and intriguing film full of bizarre and fun visuals that do not fail to captivate its audience. While the film does take a rather morbid approach to storytelling and visuals, it does not shy away from exploring and demonstrating to us the range of what animation can accomplish. Corpse Bride embodied and embraced the morbid side of storytelling and many other animated films did not dare to do. As Roger Ebert puts it, Tim Burton's Corpse Bride not only conveys it, but does it. Yes, charmingly. Setting a path for many more films to come, and setting an example of storytelling and animation.